Welcome on back to Skipper. Today we are going to be looking at some of the best performances from opening weekend. When we do these videos, I'm going to look at guys who you can probably pick up on waivers in your leagues, not just the best players in all of baseball, because we know Bobby Witt Jr. had a great weekend, but that really doesn't mean anything to you if he is not on your roster and not someone you can just trade very easily for. So I'm going to stick to guys that you can probably pick up. This video is brought to you by FanDuel Canada, where we saw someone who is in this video move all the way up to plus 1,800 to win NL Rookie of the Year. We're going to be betting at FanDuel Canada this season when we bet on baseball. And we will have the sign up link in the description for you to click and get there yourself. Let's get into some of the best of opening weekend. We start with Will Benson of the Cincinnati Reds. Over the weekend, Benson had 5 hits and 12 at-bats. In those 5 hits, he had 3 doubles and a home run. He drove in 3 runs. He had a walk, struck out 4 times, and he also got caught stealing once. I am happy about the caught stealing. That means the team has the ability, or the team wants him to run. Fortunately, he did get caught stealing his first time, but he had a bunch of bags last season, so I'm not worried at all. I saw a Bryce Spalding tweet, and it was highest OPS in Major League Baseball since 5/26/23, which is when Will Benson was recalled from AAA. So let's look at the top players in that time. Ohtani's number 1. Then you have Mookie Betts, Matt Olson, Ronald Acuna, Corey Seager, Freddie Freeman, Juan Soto, and then next up, Will Benson, an OPS of 951. Will Benson leads the league in hard hit rate through the first weekend as he's hitting the ball at a 100% hard hit rate. Every batted ball event from Sunday was over 100 miles an hour, and Will Benson might be as underrated of a player as they come in fantasy baseball, as he is still rostered under 30% in Yahoo Fantasy Baseball leagues. As long as he has a pathway to playing time, he can put up big time numbers. I'm willing to take a flyer here on Will Benson, even after his sick opening weekend. The next one is a guy who got a lot of steam towards the end of this season, as I talked about him, people in the industry talked about him, Jared Jones of the Pirates. And he had an incredible debut against the Miami Marlins over the weekend. 5 2/3 innings pitched. He gave up 3 earned runs, but he did strike out 10, he gave up 3 hits, and he had 2 walks. Jones had his fastball up to 99, and that great fastball had over 21 inches of induced vertical break, which you get over 18. That is a pretty good pitch, and he was able to get 22 whiffs as well. That is the most whiffs for any pitcher in their Major League Baseball debut since at least 2009 when they started tracking it. Jared Jones is the 31st pitcher since 1900 to record 10-plus strikeouts in his Major League debut. Who knows what to expect next from Jared Jones, but the upside, which is everything we raved about, is there, and it showed in his first outing. If we can keep balls in the yard, stop walking people, and you can just give up singles and still able to strike as many people out as we think he can, Jared Jones could have a very successful year. It'll be very interesting to see what he does in his next start, but this was a fantastic beginning to the season for Jared Jones. Next player is JD Davis of the Oakland Athletics. He seemed to be left for dead when he was picked up in Oakland, and I think the fantasy community agreed with that, as he is still under 10% rostered. I think there is something to be said when a major leaguer goes into a spot where he knows he's going to play every day. He's going to have boatloads of playing time, and that is what is about to happen for JD Davis. Over the weekend, he went 5 for 13. He mixed in 2 home runs. Both of them did come off Logan Allen, and Davis hits for an ISO 20 points better against left-handers than righties, but he has shown good fantasy upside from other stops before this. He could be a serviceable piece in a lost offense in Oakland, and with the amount he is rostered, he should be available in your league. So if you're looking for a little bit of power and you're looking for a lot of at-bats, JD Davis might have that upside. The next one, I talk about him once every single season, and that is Brady Singer of the Royals. He had a fantastic outing against the Minnesota Twins, and a pitch mix change may be the reason. So the counting stats: 7 innings pitched against the Twins. He gave up 3 hits, no earned. He only walked 1. He had 10 strikeouts with 19 whiffs. From Corbin Young on Twitter, he said, Brady Singer went full Jacob Junis. My slider is good, so let's throw it 54% of the time, and that's 12 points higher than he did last season. Singer matched a career best in slider whiffs at 16. He also started throwing a 4-seam fastball to left-handed hitters instead of his usual sinkers. They said he threw 14 of them, which might help the whole splits issue that has killed him before. I love Brady Singer. I think he is super talented, and he does this to me once a season where he just pulls me in. I buy into what Brady Singer does, and then he lets me down at some point. 2 seasons ago, the letdown wasn't very big. Last season, the letdown was huge. Interesting to see. The Royals are really going to need this from Brady Singer as well. So drinking the Brady Singer Kool-Aid is starting early. I love Brady Singer, but let's see what he goes and does his next start. But for now, an awesome beginning to his season. Finally, let's talk about some stolen bases. Bryce Terang of the Milwaukee Brewers is your stolen base leader with 4 bags after the first weekend. Terang had some of the worst hitting stats in all of baseball last season, but has found a way on base at a .455 rate to start this season. You cannot steal bases if you do not get to first base. And Terang was 95th percentile sprint speed last season and stole 26 bases in that time. He had 4 easy ones this season. I think only one of the plays is close. I'll show you the highlights while you're watching this video. And it seems like this Brewers team is ready to run at will. If he can keep getting on base at a solid clip, Bryce Terang is someone to keep an eye on if you desperately need steals in your leagues. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Let me know in the comments some other people who around this roster percentage that you thought had great weekends as well. Hope everyone won their opening week matchup. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later this week.